Hello, students. We are going to start another session in sciences, and that is spring and bloom. Let us start this session. Okay. So, in order to start this lesson, there is a experiment. Few things you have to do. Don't worry, this experiment will be covered in another session. But I'm just going to tell you the basic overview of this experiment. You will do this experiment in another session. Okay. So, what is this experiment? Let us see. Okay, so let's do an experiment, and the materials required would be 2 to 3 paper plates, then a chart paper and A4 sheet, glue, scissors, markers, and crayon. That's it. Everybody has these things in their houses nowadays. So let's proceed. Cut the beautiful petals using your own imagination and creativity from the paper plates in any shape, but they must be identical. You know, and paste these petals on chart paper. Then create other parts such as sepal, stamens, and pistils from A4 sheet and paste them on the chart paper. Color each part appropriately. Cut, fold, and paste small strips of paper card next to each other and label them appropriately next to each part. Now research and write the function of each of the part on the folded cards. Okay, don't worry if you didn't understood how to do it. You are going to perform this in another session. Let us proceed. Okay, first is various part of plant. What are the various parts of plants? See this. Uh, Actually, not plants. It's flower. Various parts of flowers. So when you take flower in your hand, you can see there are many parts. A flower contains parts like petals. Okay, the beautiful petals the flower has. Then there is a sepal, the extension at the bottom of the flower. Then there are androecium. So this androecium, the highlighted image is shown over here. This is androecium, and androecium is held together with the help of filament at the base of the flower. Here you can see this. So here at the base of flower, this filament holds this androecium together. Now androecium has anther and filament. Okay, this the external heading, the head of this androecium, or the androecium is also called as stamens. So the head of this androecium is the anther. Anther contains pollen grains, and the outside structures are called as microsporangia. Okay, and this filament holds this anther to the flower at this base, at this point here downwards. Okay, another part is gynoecium. And these are known as carpels. So androecium has another name called as stamens. Gynoecium has another names. It is called as carpels. So gynoecium has this is the gynoecium, the mid part of the flower. You can see this. So this gynoecium has ovary, ovules, style, and stigma. Actually, three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, this ovules are inside this ovary. Okay, ovules are inside this ovary, and this basically completes the gynoecium. Gynoecium is the female part of the flower. Androecium is the male part of the flower. And the perianth, you can see here, perianth is composed of corolla and calyx. So these are actually the terms which you should be studying further, but just for your knowledge sake. So let's start with petals. In petals, the petals is a bright colored part that attracts bees, insects, and birds. Okay, so all the birds, insects, and bees, you might have been seeing them in National Geographic Channel, or you might also have been wondering that why the bees and insects, birds get attracted to these petals. It's because of their colorful nature. It is a bright colored part that attracts bees, and the color of petal varies from plant to plant. Some are bright, while some are pale colored. Petals also helps to differentiate one flower from another. You can see these petals are of rose plant. Okay. There are also many reasons why birds and insects are attracted to flower, and there's another reason like nectars. So nectar is a liquid which a particular plant or a particular flower rather has. That's another reason. It's for your general knowledge purpose. Then sepals. Okay, so you can see these sepals downwards here. It's mostly star shaped like this. and it's present at the base of the plant, base of the flower. Sorry, not plant. So a sepal is a green colored part beneath the petals to protect rising buds. Okay, so there are many buds which rises, but these sepals protects it. Some flowers have fused petals while have separated petals. So it just depends. Fused petals in means they don't have they are just attached with each other. That is called fused sepals. And some are like this star shape, which are not attached with each other, independent. They are attached, like the fused ones are attached together. It's a circular. Okay, it's circular sepal, the fused ones. And some are not attached. Some are like this, star shaped. Okay. Now comes the stamen. The stamen is a male reproductive organ and is also known as androecium. We have already discussed about it right now, and contains or consists of two parts, namely anther and filaments. So you can see this the picture. You can recall this similar picture from our previous slides. So this is anther, this is a filament. So anther is a yellowish sac-like structure involved in producing and storing the pollens or the pollen grains. Likewise, we mentioned in previous slide, anther is a yellowish sac-like structure. So this yellow sac-like structure is called anther. And the filament is a slender thread-like object which functions by supporting the anther. Okay, so you can now visualize that a filament holds the anther together, on a flower. So this image very well depicts the things that I wanted you to learn. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, now the pistil. So this is the innermost part and female reproductive organ of flower, which comprises three organs: stigma, style, ovary. Okay, so pistil means gynoecium. Hmm? Pistil means gynoecium, and collectively known as this is collectively called pistil. Pistil has three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. So stigma, it is the topmost part or the receptive tip of carpels in the gynoecium of a flower. Correct. Then there is style. So it is a long tube-like slender stalk that connects stigma and the ovary. And last but not the least, ovary. So ovary is a ductless reproductive gland that holds a lot of ovules and takes and it is the part of plant where reproduction takes place. Okay, so you can see a picture of ovary, actually gynoecium. So this whole structure over here is gynoecium. Here is your stigma, here is your style, and here is ovary. Okay, you can see here stigma, style, and ovaries. Okay, and this is the cross section of ovary. Cross section means cutting that ovary like in this manner. Consider this plate as blade. So if there is a razor blade and you cut this like this, and you cut the compound pistil or the gynoecium like this, you will get a cross section like this. Cross section means when you look it in from the top or the bottom part. The germination of seeds lead to growth of the new plants, as we all know. The female reproductive part of plant known as carpel or pistil and male is known as stamen, like I mentioned previously. So all in all, the stamen has anthers and filaments. Anthers are these sac-like structures. Filament are thread-like structures which supports the anther. Then the pistil is the female part. It has stigma, style, and ovary. Stigma is this upper part. Style is the part in the middle, and ovary is the part at the bottom. So there are sepals to a plant, and there are petals also. Petals are very colorful and attract insects. Sepals are downwards. So it's think time for all of you. Can a flower bloom without sunlight? A big question mark for all of you. Can a flower bloom without sunlight? Uh, let's check the answer. As for this question, we can say yes, but some flowers can bloom without sunlight too. But most of the flowers require sunlight for blooming. That's actually very you know many flowers require sunlight to bloom, and many flowers are there which also which does not require sunlight to bloom. So flowers like chamomile or dogwood, night blooming jasmine, can bloom without sunlight during night time, and that's their property. It is a characteristic property that makes us distinct them from other plants. So these are the STEM cards: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Some notes for all of you. Flowers are the most beautiful part of plant. Exactly. Germination of seeds leads to growth of new plants, and the female reproductive part of plant known as carpel and male is known as a stamen. Okay. So thank you for this session.